Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and XRP Alien, who you see here, shared with me a clip of the feds going down with their payment system today. Wow, this is really unbelievable news, and I want to share with you why distributed platforms and decentralized platform systems are so valuable and necessary for our financial future. And in addition to this story, I want to clarify in a very simple way, because I was asked to do it very simply, to recap on yesterday's video about the second coming airdrop and snapshot for those Flare Spark token holders. So I really make an assumption, I think sometimes, that everybody is paying attention to this space as much as I do, and I should never do that because I just make the assumptions that, oh, well, everybody understands what I'm talking about. And I do know that, yeah, that's not the case. So I'm going to re-clarify. We're going to take it really slow, really simple, and I think I will be able to bring a lot of clarity. I had so many questions. I could see that I really just made too many assumptions that everybody was following me. All right, so a little bit a while ago, as in a few hours ago, there was a big problem with the Federal Reserve System. They do, the wire transfers for money, and it crashed, and it caused huge disruptions. And we're not just talking about a little crash, we're talking about across the board crash. Account services, central bank, check 21, check adjustments, the Fed, ACH, etc. This is, wow, something that didn't get back up and running for hours. And when you just take a look at what Bloomberg was saying while it was going on, it gives you an idea of how big this was. Have a listen.
System apparently down, an investigation ongoing right now. We want to bring in Michael McKee, our chief Washington economic correspondent here. Mike, just explain to us very succinctly here, when we talk about the Federal Reserve systems, what exactly do these systems do?
These are the payment systems the Fed uses to transfer cash between banks and other financial institutions that are doing business with each other. FedWire being the main one that they use. It's also for transferring funds overseas. Check 21, Fed Cash also. Similar systems, but smaller. This is the National Settlement Service, and it's run out of the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond. And the Richmond Fed says it's an operational error. Something went wrong with their end. The first thought everybody had was the Fed hacked. But the Fed is suggesting, they're not guaranteeing, but they're suggesting that it was not hacked. And they say they are restoring services right now. They're communicating with all of the Federal Reserve Financial Services customers about the status of operations. If they get this back up very quickly, it shouldn't have an effect on the financial system, but any delay could create problems in the settlement system because, of course, settlements are tied to specific time periods. We've had the stories about the T+2, T+1. Yeah. So if there are delays, that could cause back office problems for people who would then have to sort it out with their counterparties.
I think there are some back office problems. I'll show you why. So the system was brought back up, and Gemini, Kraken, Coinbase, they all had some explanations of delays that were happening on their exchanges. And yes, the CEO of the Manhattan-based Quantic Bank, this is Steve Schnall, he says he can recall it's happened twice to him in the last 11 years. That is unbelievable. So the official cause right now is operational error. And a little over 4 hours, there was just tens of millions of transactions that came to a halt. This is payroll, tax refunds, interbank transfers. Yeah, stopped with a so-called glitch. And because this system has a single point of failure, it is centralized. This is what you see on the left here. And just one point of failure becomes its weakest link in the system, and it can be hacked. And there is just, these backups, as you saw, is not like you are running a decentralized system, what you see in the center here, or a distributed system where you have all the different nodes. on a complete architecture like the XRP ledger. This is just unbelievable to me that they're working in that kind of environment still. And what's his name? Jim Strader, the spokesperson for Richmond Fed, he really didn't want to say much. He is behind the nationwide IT operations that runs out of the single location, which is Richmond. It just seems crazy. And the Fed wire, they're moving $3 trillion around on a given day on average. And that is just crazy. And I really want to share with you how on their website they are getting ready for a new upgrade, which is going to come in 2023. A little ways out still. I don't even know if they can meet that projected date, but they are getting their banks ready. And on their Twitter page, this was what they uploaded on Friday. And then we have something that I just almost fell out of my chair with. This is a video that was uploaded on January 11th from the Federal Reserve Banking Services. They are a support group to the banks, and they're giving tips to the banks on how to prepare, how to have a contingency plan. And you just won't believe this one. This is one of the tips. Have a listen.
Hello, Susan, and hi to everyone that's viewing our video today. My name is Amy Paysor, and I have the pleasure of servicing financial institutions in the Philadelphia and Richmond districts. My portfolio covers portions of Philadelphia, Delaware, New Jersey, North Carolina, South Carolina, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and Washington, D.C. I agree that contingency plans are vital, more so now than ever. And there are several important factors to consider while building your contingency plans, such as planning for remote access. And let's not forget about having hard copies of important documentation. Many of the tips that we share today can also be found in greater detail on our frbservices.org website.
Can you believe that? As she waves a file folder and tells you not to forget about the hard copies for your important documentation. Are you kidding me? I mean, with the web services that we have in the cloud now, and you're still going to tuck those important documentations into a file folder as a contingency plan? I don't know. I just was speechless. And then here is the most shocking thing of all. They are back up and running, but check out the notes that you have here as of 7:26 p.m. You can see that on the alert, I'm on the Federal Reserve Banking System website. It says, please note that due to processing delays, reversals may result in updated balances throughout the evening. Reversals. I just really am truly speechless. I'm going to take you now to one of these oldie but goldie videos when we talk about reversals. Can the XRP ledger have reversals? This is the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, talking with the very colorful Michael Arrington, who I just love when he is on point. He is very entertaining. Just listen, though. This is something, especially if you're new into this space, this is a fact you really want to know about.
Well, the XRP ledger is fully decentralized. Ripple, the company, cannot control the XRP ledger.
Apart from the fact that you control a handful of nodes.
We control a handful of nodes, but we control, I think, somewhere around 7% of all of the public nodes on the XRP ledger. So, in contrast, you have miners in China that control, north of 3 miners control north of 50% of the Bitcoin blockchain. By any measure, the Bitcoin blockchain is more centralized than the XRP ledger.
Why did you pick XRP is for your fund.
Well, first of all, can I ask something?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm just used to being.
I was worried there were going to be two interviewers and one.
Well, no, you could roll back transactions, right, on your ledger.
Absolutely
control
not.
All the nodes, so
This is one of the fun kind of misinformation things that people say. Like Ripple can block a transaction. Not true. We roll back a transaction. Not
you
true.
could.
Yeah.
You just would never do that. Right?
We actually can't.
Oh, I thought you could.
No.
Oh, I was hoping you could. All right, so
You can't roll back a transaction. It is impossible. That is the beauty of this kind of technology. Okay, I'm going to cap this video off, as Bear likes to say, with that needed clarification about the second airdrop and snapshot. And so please listen carefully. I'm going to do my best to make it very, very simple, as I was requested to do in yesterday's video with so many questions. All right, there is Flare Networks. Okay, remember the word networks at the end, because we have a lot of Flare, and as we say in Japanese, nani nani nani, which means like blah, blah, blah. So we have a lot of Flare, nani nani nani, but you have to remember Flare Networks is a platform that's going to unlock value and provide the technology for smart contracts, decentralized financial products, and more and more different types of services as it builds out with the many ideas. Like, for example, Gala Games is coming because they have identified that this particular platform can save them a lot of money when it comes to the Ethereum gas fees. All right, so XRP holders, okay, they set up properly with the participating exchanges back in December, and they were lucky to have that XRP snapshot. All right, remember, you were maybe one of them if you're watching this video. That snapshot gives the XRP holders a coming Flare Spark token, FLR. It's Spark. All right. I got a lot of questions of people who said, I don't have my token. Where's my token? It's because it hasn't been distributed yet. It's going to be distributed in Q2, either May or June. And this first distribution that's coming is going to be just 15% of your total. So remember, it was a little over a 1-to-1, a little bit over a 1-to-1 ratio in terms of distribution. But the first drop is only going to be 15%. All right. So don't go crazy when you see that, well, that's not right. I had 20,000 XRP. How come I only have, this small 15% amount? So don't worry. It's coming over a period of time. You can use the flare.xyz website. You click up here on blog, and there's just everything that you need to know on that distribution. So what's happening is the Flare network, mainnet, is going to go live in Q2. And so that is the timing. Okay, now that's the first of 3 points to make it very clear. Second point, there is Flare Finance. So remember, Flare, nani, 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 Flare Networks, Flare Finance. Networks, Finance. So they're different, totally different. Flare Finance is building very impressive and an extensive range of decentralized financial applications on the network. There's going to be loans, yield farming, insurance, and more. 1 month after the Flare network, main network goes live, you will have your Flare FLR Spark token, right? Then you can elect to participate in a new airdrop of what's called a DFLR. And yes, it requires a snapshot, not of your XRP, but a snapshot of your Spark token. And when that is done, 1 week later, you're going to get that new token. You don't have to, but gosh, I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to participate in this new decentralized finance. You're going to be able to really rack up the rewards. So this is now number 3 of my very simple recap. Number 3, so far, Bitrue is supporting the drop. All right, they are going to then be your exchange, and please pay attention because there might be more supporting exchanges. As we saw the last time, a lot of those exchanges came into the fold at the very last moment. But right now, as far as I know, right now, Bitrue is going to support that Snapshot and Airdrop. And the DFLR Airdrop is going to come just 1 week after the Snapshot. So it's going to be something you don't have to wait a long time for. Okay? So follow the Flare community. Follow Mickey B. Fresh. Follow Flare Finance. And I'm just sure you're going to stay on top, because I'm not going to be talking about this every video. I love to talk about it when something big happens. The reason why I chose to talk about it yesterday was because Bitrue had come and said that they were going to support the airdrop, and so that, you know, that was really big news. And also too, the 25th is when the beta test for Flare Finance, the beta environment, has gone live. So yeah, there's just so much happening, and I know it's hard to keep up with. So all right, I'm going to keep it moving on here. We're going to jump to some fluff. And as I have been showing you, there is these products that keep popping up that are solutions to our new norm in this world. And the living spaces in Japan are quite small, and I think for a lot of families that have had kids home, the kids really want to have their own kind of private base camp. And so that's what this is. It's called the Secret Base Camp, and it has curtains on the inside. It's very much like a tent, but you can get in and you can do your video games, you can sleep, you can read a book, you can eat. Look at this little table, like you're camping, but you're camping inside the house. Anyway, I think this is just great, and I think that kids do need to have their own private space. And in some, you know, sometimes the size of living spaces in Tokyo in particular are so small that, you know, the lack of privacy when everybody's on top of each other at home and working is, yeah, I think stressful. So I love this product. And if you guessed how much it is just only about $60 US. And then in celebration of these coming cherry blossom season, there is a 135-year-old company that is in, where are they? They are in Tijimi, which is in Gifu, and that is a very historic place for handicrafts, ceramics, glassware, of that kind of household goods. And they have come up with something very fun. It's limited edition. This is a glass, okay? But when you pour something that is at least 17 degrees Celsius, it changes color. So the tree will blossom with pink cherry blossoms, and Mount Fuji turns to a beautiful blue. And I went to their website and just checked out a lot of their products. Look at this one. This is more of a fall themed glass. So it goes from summertime to more of what's called momiji, where the colors of the fall come through with the red and orange. I love it. It's kind of cheesy, I know, a little gimmicky, but hey, a little bit of cheesy, gimmicky stuff is fun. And if you do go to that area that is so famous for all the kilns, there is a fall and a spring festival where all the merchants bring out the ceramic ware to the streets, and they have a ceramics festival, and the prices are unbelievable. And you think about this is all handmade, hand painted, and I love the blue and white. But here is an example too of some of the selection that you might find. And I did see that this is where I probably would go. I take out this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. These are the matcha teacups, which is made for the green tea. And each one of them handmade and thrown into the kiln uniquely with all their glazing. Look at the selection, look at the colors, for less than $5 a piece. Yeah, this is really, I think, my kind of shopping. Oh, look at these colors. I love the green. I love this, we call it like a Persian blue. Even the purple and green here. So many beautiful colors. This is really striking. It's all just wonderful. Even this red one catches my eye. That's why I would say I'll take this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Yeah. I love them all. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.